Throughout the WWE's lengthy history, numerous wrestlers of all shapes, sizes, and abilities have held the title belt at various levels. Here are the 5 best and 5 worst champions of all time. Best: Stone Cold Steve Austin. The Attitude Era defined professional wrestling, and Stone Cold Steve Austin defined the Attitude Era. Before Austin showed up, wrestling fans were practically begging for someone to embody everything they stood for. They needed a wrestler who was tough, straightforward, down to earth, and willing to call out the world for all its crap. Enter Austin, a guy who picked passing out over tapping out, bounced back from a broken neck, routinely chugged beers, and slapped around his boss so much that the miserable miscreant pissed his pants. Austin 316 wasn't just a fad, it was a revolution. Best: Hulk Hogan. Say what you will about Hulk Hogan's questionable ring work, overinflated ego, and joke of a personal life. The man's name is synonymous with wrestling, and no one deserves more credit for mainstreaming the industry than he does. Hogan is the most iconic figure in WWE history and has done more for the company than anyone else, and he didn't even spend his entire career there. In the end, Hogan's 4 WWE stints account for less than half of his wrestling career. And even though the guy accumulated a comparatively low 7 championships, he'll still forever be known as the biggest star wrestling has ever seen. Best: The Rock. It's no accident that The Rock won 17 championships during his time with the WWE. In addition to being an extremely skilled in-ring performer with wrestling in his DNA, the guy just oozes pure entertainment, and his physical build, attitude, and signature catchphrases turned him into one of the most likable characters the business has ever seen. If you need proof of this, just consider the fact that no other wrestler has even come close to compiling a post-wrestling TV and film career like Dwayne Johnson. And at only 44 years old, the People's Champion still has a whole lot to offer. Best: Shawn Michaels. Kayfabe or not, wrestling is an emotional experience for athletes and fans alike, and no performer has evoked more emotions from the audience than Shawn Michaels. Whether it was winning his first championship, unfairly emerging victorious after the Montreal Screwjob, breaking script to embrace his fellow wrestlers, knocking Ric Flair into retirement, finally calling it a career for himself, or getting inducted into the Hall of Fame, we as fans always felt an emotional attachment to whatever Michaels was doing, for better or for worse. Whether you liked him or not, the guy always gave his all, never missed a step, and made an everlasting and unforgettable mark every step of the way. Best: The Undertaker. The Undertaker deserves a spot in the top 5, not just because he's one of the greatest wrestlers of all time, but because no wrestler has ever been more consistent, more loyal, and more dedicated to the WWE brand than he has. The Dead Man debuted with the promotion a whopping 26 years ago, and since then has amassed 15 championships, 21 straight WrestleMania victories, and participated in some of the most memorable matches ever, including the 1998 Hell in a Cell with Mick Foley, likely the most famous match in wrestling history. Whether he's in the ring, shooting a promo, or walking down the street, The Undertaker is still absolutely terrifying in regard to his appearance, personality, and skill. Worst: Vince McMahon. Is there anyone not named Vince McMahon that actually wanted to see the boss win a WWE championship? We think not. Yet it's McMahon who calls the shots, so it was McMahon who nabbed the belt from Triple H on the September 16, 1999 episode of SmackDown. Despite being a popular character at the time, few fans agreed with this decision, especially at a time when guys like Stone Cold, The Rock, The Undertaker, and Mick Foley would have been much more deserving. McMahon vacated the title after only 6 days, and Triple H won it back a week later, thereby restoring everything to the way it was only a month prior. Worst: Gillberg. Dwayne Gill spent his early WWE years as a jobber and enhancement talent, competing both solo and with a number of different stables. Yet somehow, for reasons still unknown, Gill was handed the Light Heavyweight Championship in 1998 after defeating Christian on Raw. Realizing that no one would ever take the relatively small and uninteresting wrestler seriously, Gill was repackaged as Gillberg, an obvious spoof of Goldberg, WCW's biggest superstar at the time. Gillberg then hilariously botched and bumbled his way through matches while rarely defending the title, which he held for a shockingly long 448 days. Once the gimmick became worn out, the belt was passed to Essa Rios. Worst: Hornswoggle. The WWE Cruiserweight Championship wasn't always a joke, as it had been previously won by legitimate wrestlers like Rey Mysterio, Chris Jericho, and Eddie Guerrero. However, the distinction fell out of favor in later years, and as evidenced by the last man to ever win the title, Hornswoggle. Not only is it doubtful that WWE's resident little person could physically best any of his opponents at the Great American Bash 2007, but Hornswoggle was never announced as a competitor at the beginning of the match, and only entered the ring for the last 5 seconds to pin Jamie Noble. In the end, the result left little doubt as to what the WWE thought of the Cruiserweight title. Worst, Debra. We have a lot of love for WWE's divas, many of whom are very talented wrestlers. Debra, however, isn't one of them. She mostly competed in pointless gimmick matches and acted as a manager and authority figure, yet was still awarded the Women's Championship in 1999, under questionable circumstances. The bout was an evening gown match against Sable, where the winner was supposed to be the first one to remove their opponent's dress. Sable did so in about 15 seconds, but then Commissioner Shawn Michaels gave the championship to Debra instead, simply based on her looks. So not only was this an incredibly lame match to begin with, but the true winner didn't even leave with the belt. Worst, the Great Khali. It's no secret that Vince McMahon loves large wrestlers, and the 7'1", 347-pound Great Khali absolutely fits that mold. However, this guy's in-ring skills were atrocious during his time with the WWE, and to top things off, he was completely incomprehensible on the mic. But when Edge tore a pec and vacated the World Heavyweight Championship in 2007, a 20-man battle royal was held for the big belt. After eliminating opponents like Kane and Batista, the Great Khali was shockingly named the winner, and would go on to hold the title for 61 cringeworthy days. And that's a wrap. Can you think of any other WWE champions who are more or less deserving? Let us know in the comments below, and be sure to like and share this video. If you haven't already subscribed to the Sportsters YouTube channel, now is the perfect time. See ya!